It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Good morning. I'm sorry if you hear the pitter patters in the background. It's raining. But good morning, dolls. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Friday to you guys. This is the beginning of the weekend. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far. The week is behind us. We get 2 days, some of us. Some of us get 2 days to chill and relax and figure some things out, or maybe go out, do what we want to do. Some of us, not all of us. The lucky ones do. And even if you have to work still, Saturdays seem to ease the mind much better than a Monday. Sundays seem to be a little bit less stressful than a Tuesday, if it makes sense. So good morning, everybody. Hey, everybody, come on in here. Like the video, please. If you haven't already, please like the video. Get the video in the algorithm. Also, little housekeeping, please follow me at Voodoo Doll TV's The Dollhouse. If you do not know that page, it is my backup channel where we do most of the evening Joce. We do our morning Joce over here, and we're going to do the evening Joce over there. So please go over and subscribe if you have not already. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel, okay? Because once monetization comes back up, there will be differences in channels. Some similarities, but differences. I want to make the Dollhouse the fun, quirky place to be where we still give knowledge but have a lot of fun. And then I want Voodoo Doll TV to be the more informative channel. So basically, Educational Fridays will move to Voodoo Doll TV and other things of that nature. But we still going to have fun on both channels. So you guys, thank y'all for all your support. Also, subscribe to my Patreon. The first Patreon originally going on there, like I said, was a little rough because it was my first time. And I did not realize that Patreon just sends you to a link to somewhere else. I'm thinking Patreon is something like it's its own entity, but apparently it's not. They send you to a link somewhere else. When we went to talking about the topic of T.S. Madison and all these other things, I didn't feel comfortable going back to YouTube. So what I did was share the StreamYard link that was extremely exclusive and private. And we were able to say what we want, how we want, and I absolutely love that. So I look forward to having more conversations with you ladies and men, or gentlemen, I'm sorry, in the future, because that was super dope. Shout out to everybody who came through on the Patreon. Okay. If you don't follow me on Facebook, please, Instagram, please. I'm going to start doing lives on TikTok, all of that, because I feel like I got to spread myself out, because YouTube demonetizing both my channels taught me never have only one pot going on the stove. There's 4 burners for a reason, sometimes 5, 6 of them. So I want to put a pot on every single burner. I'm not about to play. So yeah, we trying to get the Dollhouse worldwide, okay? Are you able to save lives on there? Yeah. So how it works is do you mean on the Patreon? On the Patreon, the link is still up, but the link is a private link. I would ask that anybody who paid for a subscription not share the link. I know I can't control that, but even still, whatever I say behind the paywall, I can say to, on the free app. It's just that I'm not worried about a person. I'm worried about the entity, YouTube. So if someone decides to share my link and I find out, it's going to be your ass, number one. And number two, I can say whatever I say behind the paywall to the person's face. I go behind the paywall not because I'm afraid to say what I want to say to a person. I go behind the paywall because I don't want my channel to be gone. Does that make sense? I need to look into Spotify, Mercedes, because I can even do I signed up for Stationhead and they told me to sign up for Spotify. I think I did, because I can even stream the morning Joces over there as well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, what's going on, Empress? Y'all, shout out to everybody who be pulling up from Facebook and Twitch. Shout out to everybody. Hey, Universal T with Marie. Marie, she's so nice. Oh, Lovely T is on Spotify. So, do she do her podcast on Spotify with that clear lady? That's where she be at. Because I know that she be having a clear woman on her Spotify. I never really understood that duo. I was like, where did Clear Woman come from? Pisces season. Oh yes, Kima TV girl. Stop acting crazy. Kima TV, you a channel? You got a channel? Because if you do, you can y'all go follow her. Exactly, Spotify would be great. Lovely T had that problem. She went Spotify and Patreon. Yeah. I just didn't like that Patreon give you three options to send the people to, and one was YouTube. Now I get it. They say it's an unlisted video, but I can make an unlisted video my damn self. I don't need to go through what you call them. She needed clear like help. I don't think she need the help. That's why I don't understand that duo. Good morning, Voodoo and Dolls. Good morning, y'all. She'll start some of her stuff on YouTube, then carry on to Spotify. People can call in on there. Oh, okay. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kat. Good morning, Simone. Good morning. Grand Rising, everybody. Hey, Grand Rising. How is Saint this morning with this rain? Good morning, nephew. Child. Saint right here on my left. I'm dropping him off by his grandma. I just picked him up and he got to go back. Patreon through Vimeo. I didn't know which one to use. But girl, look. Wanda, Saint don't like no rain now. Oh, child. Now he don't mind it. He only bark if it's lightning or something. But you talking about like go outside to go to the bathroom, girl? Please, girl, Saint be looking like bitch. You go outside and use the bathroom. I'm not going out there. The fuck? And Spotify on my TV. I be wanting y'all on my TV so I can walk around and yeah, right. If your phone needs a charge, right. I'm starting to notice as I'm being a content creator, a lot of people watch YouTube on the TV. A lot of people watch they stuff on TV now. That's dope though. I never thought about it. The only time I ever put a app on my TV, y'all, um, is when they used to have the verses when verses was lit. I used to put that. I used to stream that shit to the TV. Maybe she's expanding her demographics. Either way, I'm like you. Ah, I think Lovely T has a wide demographic already though. I know I do. It feels more personal. Yeah, I think Lovely T has a wide demographic because her topics aren't black centered. Not most of them. You know what I'm saying? She deals with pop culture. She got a little conspiracy theory like me. Hey, Ada, good morning. You know, like she got a plethora of like her channel is kind of wide range. She's the reason she honestly Lovely T is the reason why I decided because at first I was like I can only do one thing, but watching Lovely T and a couple other people, I was like, oh no, I don't have to stick to one thing. I can do a few things on my channel. Can you still read comments on TV? Yeah, can y'all see the comments on TV? Good morning, cousin. Can y'all see the comments on the TV? She does, but she don't hesitate to talk about the clear in front of Emily. Oh, that's the clear woman named Emily. And Emily doesn't overstep either. It's mutual. Okay. Yes, Kat. Thank you. All the people over there on Facebook, please hit the like button. Oh, you can see the comments on TV. That's dope. I bet you that's easier than looking at a phone or a computer. Somebody said no, I can't see comments on TV. You have to be signed in to see the comments. There you go. So like I have YouTube and YouTube TV on my TV, but I'm signed into both. So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. One day I'm gonna see how I look on TV. See how big my head is. Y'all know I got a head like the booty of a pickle, you know? So I wanna see how big my head is on TV. We can because I'll have it on the TV and be in the comments on my phone and just have it. Right. That makes sense. Jaja said she is signed in. You signed into the app or you on the web browser? You have to click on the comments. It will pop up. There you go. They're showing you how to do it, Jaja. They're telling you how to do it in the comments. Jaja, scroll up. They're telling you how to do it, Fat. We need you in the comments, okay? Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. I seen Nicki Minaj on her live today. Not live, but I saw a little clip of her talking about Joce and Cabana on. I said, why is this whole story obsessed with TK? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that part. Joce and Cabana on my big gold ticket. Girl, go sit down, Nikki. Go sit down, girl. You don't hear that shit. Um, don't she need to leave them filters alone? They be having her looking like her eyes moving off her face. Her eyes be looking like they moving off her face. That's crazy. But what else I saw before we get into this girl Megan Thee Stallion? Girl, Cardi got a new song. Cardi little freestyle kind of cute. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Cardi make bad music. I don't think that Cardi makes bad music at all. I actually think Cardi makes good music, but I think I gotta be honest, you guys. I think that Cardi makes good music because Cardi has a system behind her. You know what I mean? I saw the visuals. Now you can tell when there's a system behind you. For instance, remember remember when Nicki was popping, when she was pop like fire, like everybody knew Nicki Minaj. Everything was big old grand, da 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 da. Everything was always big. Every drop was big. Everything. Da, 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 da. Cardi is still backed by a system, so everything she does is big. But this is gonna be Cardi's downfall. I gotta say this part too. Cardi has a system that includes people who literally create from rooter to tutor her music. I mean, like write it, produce it. Like I ain't saying Cardi don't say nothing. Like she don't have no input, but it seems like Cardi's in the position like a clear woman. Like everything is done for her. Like all they do is say, "Here, go in the booth and record it." You know what I'm saying? Yep, there's symbolism over all of the videos. Oh, absolutely, girl. So I think Cardi's downfall is gonna be when the system, when the powers that be are done with her and ready to throw her away. She's still gonna have her fan base because they kind of cult like, but ultimately she's gonna have trouble musically. Well, I was gonna say at least Nicki still got it when it comes to rapping, but Nicki has it's like Lil Wayne. I don't understand it. Lil Wayne was probably the greatest rapper at one time in that time, if not arguably top three in the past. And I don't add Eminem. Eminem is a clear man. I will not let y'all colonize. Well, I won't colonize the culture. Y'all can. I won't. Eminem is not in my top three. So I would say Lil Wayne was top three, and then he found auto tune, and everything went downhill. I don't know what happened to Lil Wayne. He went from really spitting to just I don't know. I don't know. And then Nicki has somehow adopted that same bullshit. Nicki was spitting, and now this latest music is so pop. It's like like it's almost like the industry colonized hip hop to make it pop or to blur the lines. But I don't know. It don't give hip hop. It don't give rap. It don't give hip hop. It gives pop. And I don't like it. I don't like it. So all the new songs, like that last song she just had, everybody like that shit. I guess I'm different because my taste for Nicki does not include pop. My taste for Nicki came from Nicki spitting. So when the pop Nicki, I don't, that's a new Nicki. I don't like that new Nicki. I like the old Nicki. I like the Nicki that'll get on that bitch and spit some shit harder than the men. That's the Nicki I like. That's my Nicki. I don't know this Nicki. This is a new Nicki. Like, it's just different. Oh yeah, she's niece said maybe the people telling them they have to change their music. Oh, absolutely, they don't control nothing. I believe that 1,000,000,000%. I believe them 1,000,000,000%. And if you see an itty bitty piggy in the market, give that bitch a quarter and a bar to the pocket. I don't fuck with pigs like assalamu alaikum. I put them in a and I let Akamaya bake them. That shit was so fire, wasn't it? Wasn't it spill tea with D? Wasn't that shit fire, girl? Now this new Nicki, I sign people with the tickle bitties. I don't like her. That's a new Nicki. I don't like that Nicki. You know what I'm saying? That Nicki is kind of different for me. Just for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm special. It's just I don't like that Nicki. I don't like that Nicki. It's nursery rhyme Nicki. I don't like that. She's better than that. Yeah, but this the thing. Oprah says I believe she's trying to capture the white audience. This is the thing though. See, that's why I say we know everything backwards. The white audience is already captured by hip hop. That's why when you see concerts, the majority of the people at I don't give a mother pluck if it's in America, if it's in the South, the North, Africa. The majority of people at these concerts be clear people. They don't have to go pop to get their attention. The clear people already coming over to the hip hop. They already coming. They already coming. I think this is my theory, y'all. This is my theory. I could be wrong. I think it's more dumbed down, more nursery rhyme ish. Don't shade me, but I gotta be honest. I think it's more nursery rhyme ish because the people are stupider. Sorry, I had to say that. I had to say that. People are stupid. Y'all didn't realize how dumb people are, and we gonna get into that with the Planned Parenthood. People are people are not as intelligent as they were 20 years ago. People not. And because of that, hey Jenny, and because of that, you can't make that type of music. For instance, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Common, Most Def, all them type of niggas, they would go, they music would literally go so far over people's head that they wouldn't even take time to listen to it. Like it would frustrate people in this day and age to listen to them because they don't understand. They are stupid and actively rejecting knowledge on purpose. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why, and they lack critical. Oh my God, critical thinking. Oh my God. Hey Seven, there's a reason Ice Spice make too many music, intellect, and attention span has went down. Girl, I have not heard one tune from Ice Spice. I don't know what that lady do. I just know she looked like a clear alien. She looked like an albino alien. That's all I know. I don't know nothing about that little girl. And I see she always popping her coochie. That's all I know about the little girl. She looked like an alien and she looked albino. That's all I know. hmm It's the way we consume content. It has to be throwaway. But think about this, y'all. Anybody 40, I say 35 plus. Think about this, y'all. Remember when Facebook came around, everybody had Facebook. But think about the community on Facebook. Facebook was a place where you actually held conversation, like you're talking. Like, hey girl, how you doing? There's a topic, people comment under it. Oh my God, this is how I feel. Wooty 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 woo. Twitter came and it was sort of the same, but whatever, whatever. Then comes the microwave social media. YouTube is one of the all originals too. That's why YouTube, listen, YouTube, they got people who tell me, oh, I can't sit through a 2 3 hour live. This is too much. Attention span. They so used to that microwave and social media, like so let's say the gradual microwave, because that was really for you to look at pictures. Yeah, yeah. IG, Instagram was the first true, like it was the gateway to where we are now. And then soon after Instagram, that's when you started the popcorn and the microwave started popping. All the popcorn doggone social media came. Snapchat, not Twitch. What do you call it? TikTok. TikTok has literally made people stupider. TikTok has made people dumber than they were. So because on TikTok, remember they started out, everything is done by design. Remember on TikTok, at first you can only upload a video for what, 2 to 3 minutes? Maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot about Vine. Vine was even less time than that. Snapchat, you had 60 seconds. And that trains your attention span to only want to see stuff fast. You know what I mean? Like the video, guys, if you haven't already. Please like the video. Please like the video. But I know for me, I'm working. Like if I'm cleaning up, I look for long lives so that I can put that shit in my ear and I can work, but I can still listen. You know what I mean? So like if I'm cooking, I'll find a long live. I don't care if it's Dane Calloway. I don't care if it's a documentary. I don't care. I will find a 2 to 3 hour live if I'm cooking, cleaning, working at work. I only like the long lives because I need something to hold me, my attention span, while I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing. Right? But it seems to me, it's like people who think that that's crazy because they're, and again, I'm not a big TikTok person. So, I'm not I'm not huge on Instagram. Like I'm not a big microwave, type of girl. But these people, they minds just, it's almost like they got ADHD, But yeah, TikTok is the final nail in the coffin to make people dumber. And people are just dumber. And that's why music is now going through TikTok. Have y'all noticed that? Now music goes through where? The place that makes people dumber, TikTok. So Nikki has to get on there and say, I sign people with the tickle bitties. Nikki, what? What? Because she need the TikTok people to pick it up. Good morning, Nas. Oh, you say you think they also don't know how to multitask? Yeah. Right. Esther said I'm on the road 8 hours a day. What else I'm gonna do? Right. Girl, look, let me tell y'all something. I love me. I don't like the short ones because I feel like when you do short lives, when I'm working or I need something to feel me, to give me some type of whatever. I don't like the 30 40 minute lives because now I have to stop what I'm doing to find something else. I need something that at least lasts me 2 to 3 hours. Plus, I'm a little long winded. I ain't gonna lie. I probably could have, I probably could cut it down a little bit. But ultimately, girl, I be talking my shit. I be, sometimes I might see something in my brain, might say, "Say this, voodoo," and I just say it. Yes, Nikki wants the kids to pick it up to recruit them. Absolutely. Girl, that is a trap. That is a trap. Me and my mama had this conversation. Let me tell y'all something. I want to highlight your conversation, Chocolate Bunny. That is a trap. Let me tell you why. Hey, Cat. I'm not going to cut it. Chocolate Bunny says, the school just sent letters home talking about the children's attention span of kids, getting them tested for ADHD. That is a trap. Do not go get your kids tested for ADHD. Let me say that again. That right there is a trap. Even if you feel your kid might be a little too excited, do not go get your kids tested for ADHD. Let me tell you why. First and foremost, they created the slow or low attention span for kids. They literally curated in school. They literally curated in the schools and also on social media. So between social media and the schools, they are the reason why most kids have low attention span. They creating that. And then what happens is the state gets money for every child that pops up ADHD. Let me say this again. The state gets money for every child that shows positive, test positive for ADHD. The state gets money, the schools get money. It looks good for the principal. Everybody looks good. They got school psychologists. They're putting in school psychologists. If y'all haven't already had them in y'all church school, Joe Biden signed a bill saying that he wanted to put. I don't want to say numbers because I don't remember, but I'll say hundreds of thousands of school Nope, my bad. Gender affirming school psychologists, and guess what he gonna put them at? Urban schools. Okay. What does urban mean to you? Poor and black. Okay. So, with that being said, you go down there, get your child tested for ADHD, right? Mind you, this is a teacher telling you this shit, and this bitch don't have no fucking degree in psychology, psychiatry, medical, nothing. This is a teacher at school telling you your child got ADHD because he probably bad. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Your child goes get test positive because they're gonna tell you that. They're gonna tell you your child got ADHD. Then after they tell you that, they're gonna give your child some medicine. Hold that part. Yep, they tried to say my daughter needed counseling. I'm like, you had these kids on lockdown like for almost 2 years, and you expect them to know how to act in school with kids. There you go. That's what I'm saying. They playing in y'all face, y'all. What they're doing is they're creating an environment, and then they're creating an environment for a result to happen, for a certain result. And when said result happens, they gaslight us to go say, oh shit, something might be wrong. You might need to go get them tested. And then you go back to them to get them tested. And then they put your child on medication and all of that ugly ass shit. 504 program all the way, IEP all the way up through college. That's the crazy. If you need an IEP to go to college, college ain't for your fat. That ain't for your fat. But this is what I'm saying. Everybody wins except your child. Happy Friday, real China doll. Everybody wins except your child. You are damaging your child. We will not know what this medication, because remember, you gotta listen. I'm gonna say this one more time, and I know people gonna get mad about it. It is what it is. I gotta say the truth. And this ain't my truth, this is the truth. Do your own research. ADHD is not real. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, not only is ADHD not real, also the medication that they giving to y'all children, they are practice medication. They don't even know what the fuck this shit gonna do to your child 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Yes, they are using your child for an experiment. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? See, last time I said ADHD wasn't real, I had a whole bunch of bitches windmilling in the comments telling me how that's not true. My child does this. Of course, this is what they do. Remember I said they create an environment to have a certain result, and then when said result happens, come to you and say, hey, you need to get them checked for a result that they already know happens. Thinking about this. Think about it like this. One girl said, you the lie because I know my child got ADHD because the doctor said it, and my child can't keep still, and my child don't know how to have attention span for this, that, and the third. But you know why you believe that? You know why you believe that automatically your child really does have that disease? Because they created a name for a disease and then told you what the symptoms were for said disease. Now, this is where they gag you. This is where they gag you. Remember, I told you they create an environment with a certain result in mind, meaning they create the cause and effect, right? So they already know if we do this, the children are going to do this. So what they did was create a disease. Right, Walker. She said if that's the case, the entire America is ADHD because we all addicted to social media. Listen to me. They create a disease because they've already created the cause for the disease. Once they create the cause for the disease, they already give you the symptoms of that disease before you even recognize it in your child. So you go over there and you be like, oh, the teacher comes say, hey girl, your child got ADHD. And you say, and they say, yeah, look at the symptoms. And then you look at the symptoms, then you look at your child and you see your child jumping off the ceiling and all of that shit. And you say, oh shit, he might do. So then you carry your ass down to the doctor. And then when the baby get down to the doctor already knows he gets paid or she gets paid to have more kids leave his office with ADHD, also prescribed with medicine. So he gonna say, yeah, your baby got ADHD. Now you are convinced that your child has an illness simply because they say, not because it's real, because they say, hey, the symptoms of ADHD are A, B, C, and D. And then you look at your child doing A, B, C, and D, and you say, yup, he damn sure got it. But this is the thing. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Kat. Kat said they diagnosed her little brother with ADHD, and the pills they gave him turned him into a zombie. Because they're giving your children medical heroin and medical cocaine. See, let's talk about it. They are giving your children medical heroin, medical cocaine. I don't mean literally. I just mean the effects. Heroin, people who people who do heroin, it's a downer. What does it make you do? Drift. What does it make you do? Just sit there, stare in space. They said, what does heroin make people do? It's a downer. It make you just stay there. It keeps you stuck. What does the ADHD medicine make you do? I'm just put two and two together. If heroin makes you stuck, what does the ADHD medicine make you do? Y'all remember that new drug that came out? I can't remember the name of it. It was turning them people into fucking zombies. Y'all remember that? What's the name of that drug that was out? Oh shit. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my mother pleeking tongue. It was a new drug that made people turn, no, not bath salts. It was bath salts, but what did they call it? What did they call it? What did they call it, y'all? I know it was bath salts. Shit, it's gonna come. K2, maybe. I think it was K2. That shit that had them people walking around like fucking zombies. Listen, that shit that had them people eating each other and all of that shit. Y'all remember that shit? That it was an illegal drug. It was an illegal drug. That, remember at one time they had this man trying to eat another lady, and the lady was tripping out, and somebody was like, "You okay?" And then she started freaking out. I really thought it was a real Flocka. Dago. Thank you, Peachy. Dago. Flocka. Flocka. That's what it was. Thank you. I kept saying Moxie or something. It's Flocka. That's what it was. If you don't believe me, go on Twitter, YouTube, Google, and look up Flocka. Go look up Flocka and see what Flocka had people doing. Now, let me say this part. The medicine that they are giving your children, see, you thinking about it, that was in Florida? Yeah, look. See, we are thinking about it as, it's coming from a doctor. It's got to be harmless. It's got to help. Medicine, doctors they do a medical practice. Heavy on the word practice, okay? Heavy on the word practice. When it comes to mental health, to be completely honest, when it comes to mental health, it's not even really mental health. Doctors don't even think that psychiatrists are real doctors. The system of medicine don't even believe that mental health is real. You know what I'm saying? So when they come out with these medications, it's all experimental. It's all experimental. And these doctors these psychiatrists who are literally sent to school for 8 to 10 years to diagnose your child and put them on medicine that at one point psychologists and psychiatrists did not get along because psychologists thought that psychiatrists were basically the problem. Psychologists felt like, well, hey, well, I think that these people can be better with therapy. They can be better with all type of things. Why automatically go straight to medicine? And the psychiatrist felt like, well, because this is what works. But the gag is, it's all experimental. Why was I going back to Flacco? Flacco was an experiment as well, right? They are giving these children this medication that is either slowing them down or speeding them up, like cocaine, like heroin. And when they give these kids these medications that slow them down or speed them up, they are experimenting on your children with a drug that they don't even know how it's going to affect your children. This study won't come out and be really much accurate till at least 50 to 100 years. That's the way science works. That's the way science works. Meek says, I agree with some of your points. I think ADD is a valid diagnosis, but it's overdiagnosed. However, I agree ADHD is made up to include hyperactivity when kids are supposed to be active. Let me ask y'all a question, Meek or whoever agrees with this. What is the difference between ADD and ADHD? I know ADD is attention deficit disorder. ADHD is attention deficit hyperactive disorder, right? What is the main difference between ADD and ADHD? Real quickly. What is, if anybody in the chat can tell me what is the difference between ADD and ADHD? And yes, I agree, it is overdiagnosed, but I want to know the difference so I can show y'all something. You know, I did a research paper on this. So I know a little bit of the research. That's interesting, Keita. She said it's not a difference. ADD is not a common thing anymore. One is just hyper. But in layman terms, can somebody tell me the difference? Physically. Okay, let's do it like this. Physically. What is the difference between ADD? If you got a child with ADD and you got a child with ADHD, what physical features or characteristics are different? I want to see something. What is the difference between a child with ADHD and a child with ADD? One can't pay attention, one is hyperactive, but the hyperactive one can't pay attention either. Behavior, okay. Behavior. So let's go. Let's dive a little bit deeper in this. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this. So most people are saying behavior, like one is jumping off the ceiling, the other one is kind of not as active, right? Yep, one is hyper, the other is a dominant. So the child with ADD, the one that's not hyper, real question, really quick. The one with ADD, the one that's not hyperactive, what physical characteristics does he has to have for people to label him or for a doctor to say he is ADD? Like what happens in this child's behavior that has ADD? We already know the ADHD kid jumping off the roof. We already know that. What is the characteristics, physical characteristics of the child with ADD? How do we see this child and say this child has ADD? ADD and ADHD are symptoms of real mental disorders such as schizophrenia, bipolar mental illness, where those individuals can't take care themselves. I don't know about that. ADHD or white kids. You have ADHD meds, hype, they call it being hype, a parent or teacher with no patience, learning slower, learning slower. Can you elaborate, Rain? I would sure love to hear it. Can you elaborate? They start drifting off the topic onto another. Okay. Staring, not listening. Introverted. Wow, introverted? Okay. Maybe the child is withdrawn. Let me ask y'all a question. So somebody said not interested, withdrawn, staring, going off the topic, right? Those are bored. Okay, I like that. Let me ask you guys a question. The child with ADD with all those characteristics can't focus that I just named. The child with ADD with all those characteristics you guys just named. Is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that the child is just not interested? Put a 1 in the chat if there's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what it is. Put a 1 in the chat if the child with ADD, if there's a possibility, heavy on the word possibility, that the child is not interested. Put a 2 in the chat if that's not possible. You ever been in conversation with somebody and in your mind you thinking why they talking, man, I hope this bitch hurry up. I don't want to hear this stupid ass shit. Y'all have, put a 3 in the chat if you've ever been in conversation with somebody or you at a seminar or you somewhere you just don't want to be. And in your mind, you thinking like, man, I can't wait to get, you thinking about what you gonna cook. You thinking about how you ready to get the fuck. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever been in that type of situation as an adult. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever been in that type of situation as an adult. All right, boom. So if I came to everybody who put a 3 in the chat and said you have a mental disorder because you don't want to pay attention at church, or you have a mental disorder because you don't want to pay attention at the meeting at work, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? Wouldn't you be withdrawn if you're not interested? Wouldn't you be withdrawn if you're not interested? Wouldn't you be drifting off into other topics if you're not interested? Wouldn't you be like, think about it. Think about it. All those characteristics we just named for children with ADD, we just put them on adults in our daily lives. What if somebody came to you and said, you have a mental disorder? And you say, what? Yeah. You got a mental disorder. How you figure? Well, we was at a meeting and I seen you grab your phone and go through your phone while the people was talking. And then you say, huh? Yeah, see, you can't pay attention. So that must mean you have a mental disorder. Come in, let me put you on some medication. I'm just trying to put it, and see, this is why I like being an empath, and this is why I like putting things in terms where people can relate. Right? I like putting things into terms where people can see it and relate to it, right? So with that being said, does the child have ADD? I'm not saying all children don't. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Hear me out. Please. I know I'm going to get dragged for this with the replay game. I don't care. I'm going to say what I got to say. There have been since the beginning of time children who are not interested in school. There has been since the beginning of time children who are not interested in church. There has been children since the beginning of time who ain't interested in what the hell their parent got to say. There has been children since the beginning of time that has been hyper, especially little boys, because scientifically, think about this, scientifically, little boys are wired to be more active than little girls because of a little thing called not estrogen. What's the other one? What's the hormone? Not estrogen. What's the one the boys got? Y'all gonna put it in the chat. I be drawing blanks when I be talking because I think my brain be going too fast. Testosterone. Thank you, Kita Cat. Thank you. My brain moves. See, I think if that's the case, I think I got ADHD because my brain moves faster than my mouth. Listen, boys are typically more hyper than girls because they possess a thing called testosterone, right? Testosterone is used as an energy for a lot of men. That's why when men get older and they get their erectile dysfunction, what's the first thing they go do? They go get the testosterone, don't they? You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the study shows that most boys are okay, they're girls and boys. When you look at the study and the breakdown of all these kids that are assigned ADHD, it's way more boys than girls. I don't have the numbers in front of me to give it to y'all. I wish I could pull up my paper. It's on my computer. When I get it, we will talk about it. Listen to what I'm saying. Most boys are diagnosed with ADHD, right? And they are diagnosed because they say your child is he hyper. He don't want to sit down in the class. All he want to do is run around and jump around. He ain't listening. But that is a natural thing, especially let's take it to black little boys. Black people, for lack of a better term, you know, I don't like using the word black, but for this conversation, we're just going to say black. Black little boys are genealogy. Oh, not Lord, I'm saying the wrong word. Are genetically, listen to me, no shade. Black boys, black men are genetically superior to clear boys and clear men. Genetically. Black girls and black women are genetically superior to clear girls and clear men. Genetically. This is science. Don't drag me. I didn't say it. This is what the science says. So if the black little boy is genetically superior, means he's higher than genetically, does that mean that he possibly has more testosterone than the clear little boy? See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They put y'all in this fucked up situation where you can't get out and you thinking they right and they really just playing in y'all face. So if the black little boy is genetically superior to the clear little boy, and you look around at what's going on today, you say, damn, why are the black little boys more diagnosed with ADHD than the clear little boys? Hear me out. How that go? It's racist. It's racist. It's racist. Yeah, underlining. But what I'm saying is they're selling you a story about something that is out of you and your child's control, and it is actually natural. So yes, black little boys are more active than clear little boys, even though clear little boys are active as well. But black little boys are a little bit more active because they possess more testosterone at the age in which a clear little boy will possess. And this is what I'm trying to say to you. Something that is naturally your child, they are telling you is an illness. And they are using said illness. They are using said illness to get you to think that that is a problem and medicate your child. And the moment you are medicating your child now becomes an addict. Listen to me. The very moment you medicate your child, you have turned your child into an addict. Your child is now an addict. How do we know this? The younger you start your child on medication, you have to go back and up the dosage. Why is that, Voodoo? Because something happens in the body naturally where you start to get what? Immune to whatever it is you intake. For instance, drinking. If you start drinking today, you never had a drink before, you probably can only take 1 or 2 drinks before you toe up and done. But as the time goes on, you start to realize I can drink a little bit more. So it's going to take more than 1 or 2 drinks for you to get fucked up. You're going to have to start taking 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're moving to shots because now you've gotten more immune. You don't want the mixed drink no more. You don't want the Bahama Mama. Now you want a screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? And then from the screwdriver, you just say, well, shit, give me a shot of the gin. And then from the shot of the gin, you saying, well, the gin ain't really hitting like like it used to. So go ahead on and let me hit that vodka or that tequila. You see what I'm saying? Because you build up a tolerance. Why is this important? Your child, the younger you start him on that medication or her, they get on that medication, they build up a tolerance, and guess what you go back to your drug dealer, doctor, to do? Up the dosage. And then your child gets on it. And then as the time goes by, he gets more addicted and more dependent on that level of medication. And look how this works. Look how this really fucks y'all up. This how this fuck y'all kids up. Listen. This how they fuck y'all kids up. Now your child is an adult, young adult. Your child is a young adult. Your child is a young adult, and you wonder why this motherfucker is a little different. You know? What do you mean different? Like, he has emotional problems. He's jittery. Now that he can get his own drugs, or this child can get their own drugs at 16, 17, 18, what they go do? What do they go do? They go get the real shit. You see what I'm saying? Hold that thought. Let me go get sane in the house. Had a conversation down in the comments. I can't wait to get back. Stand by. Ain't gonna take me long. Hold on. Good morning. What? Okay. Okay, hold on. I think the password is already saved. I think the password is already saved. Hold on. You don't remember your password? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I think this might be it. Yeah, it's so look, let me show you how to get it. Let me show you how to get to it. I'm gonna leave out. Your passwords are already saved to your computer, to your laptop. So look, that's all you have to do. When you click on Zoom Sunday School, click on that, and then it's already filled in. But even when it's not, do it like this. Look, see how just hit any one of them. Hit it. Hit the first one. Okay. And then they even got your name pre-filled. Hit your name, and then hit join, and it'll let you in. Yeah, it's already set up for you. All you gotta do is click on the little space. It's in there. All right, you need anything? All right, let's get out of here. Uh huh. He good on food? Is he good on food? Okay, I have like 5 of them in the freezer. I should have brought them. You should have told me. Oh yeah, that's my water. All right. Yeah, I'll bring them over because I got like 5 of them in my freezer. All right, see you later. Bye, Mama. Love you. All right, love you. See you later. All right. Oh, girl, I ain't even pressed the mute button, y'all. My bad, y'all. I knew it was loud in there. My bad. My bad. I forgot to press the mute button. I normally press the mute button. My bad, y'all. I forgot. I forgot. Sorry, y'all. Good morning, Leah. Good morning. Y'all heard all of that? My bad, y'all. My bad. I forgot to press the mute button. So look. Y'all. Look. This the thing. Hey, Rochelle. Hi, the baby. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, people. I know. See, how do I say this? Because I don't want to make nobody mad. And I feel like they're going to be mad anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people going to be mad anyway with the whole conversation. And I'm trying to help people to see for themselves. Listen, nothing that I say, please don't just listen to me. I would ask everybody to do their own research. I just feel like if I know some things that I've researched, especially if I've researched it, and I have a platform, I think it is my duty to enlighten people to say, hey, go check this out. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is the people at the top are trying to do what they call population control. It happens through many, many avenues. And that's why we're about to get on Meg Thee Stallion. But before we get on Meg Thee Stallion with Planned Parenthood, population control is happening through many, many avenues, through food, through oxygen, through the air, the sun, medication, water, any and everything that we intake is bad for us in these days and time. Hey, Radiant, have I talked about the C shot? Nah, I ain't talk about it. I just know I ain't get it. But, that could be another day. Vaccinations, yes, vaccinations. There's a reason why every hood, I know in New Orleans we had projects, right? Every project had my mom used to call it the Well Baby Clinic. I don't know if that was the actual name of it, but there's clinics in direct proximity to all of the lower class people. They don't have hospitals close. They have clinics, chemtrails, yes, all of that. Listen, the clinics are there as gateways to further the population control agenda. Now we about to talk about Meg right now. We about to talk about Meg right now because this is gonna lead us right into Meg. Once black people started expanding from the projects and the hoods, and they started buying homes, and we don't have them all in this one so-called ghetto. Everybody, they all over the place. They had to find another way to get to your kids because prior to that, all them shots we got as kids. Listen, all them shots we got as kids were shots we should not have gotten. Let me say that part. We should not have gotten probably none of them damn shots. Chicken pox, all that shit we got as kids were all poison. Do you hear me? All poison. Now they have to find a new avenue. And what's a way to get people on board? Propaganda. Remember we were talking about that the other day with the politics and the people started going crazy? Propaganda is a way to get everybody on board. So how do you start propaganda? You create something and give it a name and then turn it into something popular. Propaganda, popular. You know what I'm saying? Popular propaganda. It's the two words are parallel. So listen to what I'm saying. So then boom, they create this thing called ADD, ADHD. And we about to wrap this up with a bow so we can move on to Meg Thee Stallion. They create this thing called ADD and ADHD. They put commercials on it. They talk about it at the schools. They send out they do it through social media. Social media, they got big advocates for mental health. People thinking this is something that is great because they're helping people, but the whole time that is a farce and a facade. It is not to help you. It is to hurt you, but they put on a face as it is to help you. So they create ADD, ADHD, and say these are the symptoms. They know the symptoms because they created the problem to cause the symptoms. Are we tracking? They know what the symptoms are because they create the problem that caused the symptoms. And not only that, they have been studying Black people since the beginning of time. Tuskegee experiment, since the beginning of time. Henrietta Lack, since the beginning of time, Black people. They know your behaviors, and they know that your little boys are way more hyper than their little boys. So what they did was create these medicines, these diagnoses, ADD, ADHD, and say, your child got this. And then you look at your child and you see that little motherfucker hitting his head up against the wall and jumping down the stairs. Then you say, oh shit, he do. But the gag is, no, he don't. Your child ain't got no goddamn ADD, ADHD. That is your child. That is who your child is. Okay? Girl or boy. That is who they are. They are teaching people to believe that who your child is bad. If your child is hyper, see, back in the day, children that were hyper, you know what they used to do with children that were hyper? They put them in sports. They'll find something to get a lot of energy out of them. Because that's literally all it is, right? They find something your child is interested in so that it can then become it's kind of like an incentive to do the other thing. It's an incentive to do the other thing. So hey, if you do good, you can play football. Child loves football. All right now. Your ass fuck up on them grades, I'm pulling you off that team. You see what I'm saying? Because the child still ain't interested in that shit. It's just now the child has an incentive. You give the child incentives to do the thing that they are not interested in. Or sometimes maybe if you do it another way, it makes the child interested. For instance, why do you think we sing the ABCs when you learn them as children? Why do children 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 sing the ABCs instead of recite them? Because at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, your child is not going to have zero interest in sitting there going A, B, C, D. They have to create an environment to make the child interested. So now your child says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Back in the day, they used to have the lady playing the piano when you do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wrap this up and we're going to move on to me with this last thing. Maybe, just maybe, I want everybody on this live that's hearing me, first like the video, but I want everybody on the live that's hearing me to just think about this. You don't have to listen to nothing I'm saying, but just think about it. Think about this, what I'm about to say. Maybe, just maybe, the thing that they are trying to tell you is a mental illness in your child. Maybe they're trying to tell you that so-called mental illness is your child's characteristic. Maybe that is just your child. Maybe your child don't like school. That's why he or she don't want to sit at a desk for 8 hours a fucking day with 30 to 45 minutes of recess. You see what I'm saying? I'm 40 years old and I don't want to sit at my desk for 8 hours a goddamn day. Maybe it's just your child's not interested in certain things, and maybe, just maybe, with therapy. I don't mean like actual therapy, like go and sit in front of a psychologist or nothing. What I'm saying is therapy. Therapy can be anything. You can do therapy right now in your home. Therapy can be an outlet. That's why when people going through therapy, they like, okay, what do you like? Music? Okay, let's do music. What do you like? Drawing? Okay, let's draw. All those things are therapy. All those things are therapy. Try another avenue with your kids. But please, oh please, do not go down there and let them people tell you your child is ADD, ADHD, and then you go put unless your child has a severe mental illness such as schizophrenia, such as bipolar disorder. I'm talking about a severe mental illness. Do not bring your child down there to go get tested for none of that ugly ass shit. They lying, girl. Don't medicate your child. Like, don't put your child on drugs, because that's all you're doing. Do not put your child on drugs, because that's all you doing. That's all I wanted to say on that. Okay? Now, if that makes someone mad because they feel like they just believe that their child has a mental disability, you believe that your child is disabled so much so that me saying what I'm saying, instead of you researching it, you rather just drag me because I don't know what the F I'm talking about and woot and wham wham, then collect your check, fat. But when your child grow up fucked up, look in the mirror and thank yourself. Moving on. Moving on. So Meg Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion has been announced as Planned Parenthood. She getting a Planned Parenthood award, right? She getting a Planned Parenthood award. I saw it posted on, I don't know if it was the Neighborhood Talk, one of them sites. And I always go to the comments because I be wanting to check the temperature of people, right? And I guess people was like, oh, so she promoting abortions? Is that what she's doing? And then somebody at the top comment said, you guys, Planned Parenthood offers more than abortions, duh. And it had like tens of thousands of likes on it. So it made me think, Black women think the only bad thing that comes out of Planned Parenthood is abortion. Black people believe that Planned Parenthood is a good thing. Just like you believe that the drugs they supply to your kids because they so-called have ADD is a good thing. They are telling you everything backwards. Why is this important? Nothing, and I mean nothing, good comes out of Planned Parenthood. Margaret Singer, a racist KKK clear woman, created Planned Parenthood and placed it right in the hood for you and me and everybody who look like you and me as a form of population control. What does that mean? Every time I turn around on social media, on TV, there's a Black woman. Oh yeah, Kat, I gotta say that for it. Listen, every time I go log into any social media or any doggone TV, there's a Black woman talking about suffering with fibroids. I'm just, hey, maybe it's a coincidence. Y'all know how I feel about coincidences, right? Think about this. Every time, put a 1 in the chat if you've heard, I don't care if you know these people personally. Put a 1 in the chat if you can name at least 5 people, whether you know them personally or not, 5 women who has fibroids or who's talked about having fibroids. Put a 1 in the chat if you can name at least 5 Black women. I don't care if you know them personally. I don't care if you don't know them personally. I don't care if you've seen them on social media. I don't care if you've seen them on TV. Put a 1 in the chat if you know at least 5 Black women who has spoken about having fibroids. I'll wait. Gotcha. Boom. So that means the majority of women on this chat has heard of at least 5 Black women suffering with fibroids. I'll do you another one. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of at least 5 Black women between the ages of 30 and 50 being diagnosed with breast cancer. No, put a 2 in the chat for that. Put a 2 in the chat if you've heard of at least 5 Black women between the ages of 30 and 50. Put a 2 in the chat for this one that have been diagnosed with some form of breast cancer. Put a 2 in the chat for that. I'm just trying to see something. Put a 2 in the chat, whether you know them personally or not. Put a 2 in the chat. Okay, looks like we on. Okay, gotcha. Again, you don't have to know them personally. I'm just saying, think about you logging into social media. Think about you seeing it on TV. Think about your family, your friends. Think about the people you don't know, but you know they people. And they say, oh, girl, so-and-so just found out she had breast cancer. Okay, cool. So we all on the same page. Esther, it don't have to mean somebody you know personally. Have you heard on TV any at least 5 black women speaking about having breast cancer? If you have, then you need to be in this conversation. Okay? Listen, what do these women have in common? Well, some would say a lot. They all come from the same type of environment. Not all, but a lot of them come from the same type of environment. A lot of them, da, 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 da. I'll say what one thing is in common: medicine. What do you mean, voodoo? Most, if not all of these women who are diagnosed with fibroids and or breast cancer come through where? Planned Parenthood. Let's go back. Who created Planned Parenthood? Margaret Sanger, the racist KKK clear woman. To say, she literally came out and said, we need population control. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hair products too, but listen to what I'm saying. We've all gone through Planned Parenthood at some point or another. Rather if you was going down there to get your birth control, rather if you found out you was pregnant and didn't have the money to pay to have a baby and go to a doctor. So what do you go through? What Medicaid senior? Where do because listen, the only time you can get Medicaid as an adult is if you're disabled or already on welfare or if you're pregnant. Where do Medicaid send you for your first doctor's appointment? If you get on Medicaid, where you go to your first doctor's appointment at? To a form of Planned Parenthood. Okay? Now, even if you don't get pregnant, pregnant, peep this. When you need birth control, if you cannot afford to pay out of your pocket for birth control, because the shit is expensive, the average working person cannot afford to pay cash for medication. You just can't. So if you need birth control because you just don't want to be the person with all them kids, or maybe you got too many kids and you said I'm done, where you go to get your birth control? If you don't have insurance, where do you go to get your birth control? Mm-hmm. Rach, can you explain what part is not true? I would love to hear it. I really would love to hear it if you would tell me what part is not true. Because this is no, like, I'm not even trying to be nasty or nothing. I really want to know what part not true. If you can, please elaborate in the comments. So the clinic is run by who? Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. So you go get on birth control. I don't give a good goddamn which one of them. Any form of birth control, even if you don't get it through the Planned Parenthood, any form of birth control that you get on, what they don't tell you is not only is it not 100% effective, what they don't tell you is it is literally poisoning your body. For instance, I remember getting on the Depo-Vera shot the very first time because I was like, oh, Lord, I got pregnant the first time I did it with no condom. Girl, I need something before I leave up out of here. So I goes get on the Depo shot. The Depo shot causes me not to have a cycle for like a year. I literally didn't have a cycle for like a year. It was so convenient. I loved it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about my cycle coming down. I don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying? If I want to go on vacation, I have to plan it around them dates. Like it was like everything for me. That's the good side of it. But the bad side of it was that is not natural to stop a natural order of things in your body. Rach, I'm still waiting on you to respond to what is not some of what part of what I'm saying is not true. I really want to know. I'm truly curious. So then I go to my doctor, and my doctor was like, "Oh yeah, I ain't tell you. You can't stay on this for years at a time." Ray says you have a choice to go where you want to, with Medicaid. You don't have to go to a clinic. Rach, let me ask you a question. This is a real question. If you got Medicaid, let me ask you a question. You got Medicaid, right? Let's say they give you Medicaid. Can you go to a top tier birthing center with your Medicaid? Is the top tier birthing center gonna take your Medicaid? Can you go where the rich, clear people is with your Medicaid? Wherever the rich, clear people have their babies, or not even rich, let's say upper middle class, rich people, clear people. Can you go over there with your Medicaid card? Can you go where the politicians and their wives with your Medicaid card? You can, and they're gonna take your Medicaid, and you won't have to do nothing. They just gonna take your Medicaid. So you're implying that everybody accepts Medicaid. Is that what we're implying, Rach? Somebody said, well, only if you have pregnancy Medicaid. That must be a new Medicaid. I'm trying to see something. I'm really trying to see something. Cause what I know about Medicaid is with Medicaid, it is limited where you can go because they only give you a certain amount of money, number one. So for instance, a private doctor like a Dr. Jackie who says she don't accept Medicaid for more than one reason, but ultimately they don't pay enough. They don't pay enough out of Medicaid. They don't. Private practices and private hospitals do most of them won't accept your Medicaid. At least, listen, I'll say this: if they accept your Medicaid, you got to come with something else with it. You got to come with more money with it. They're gonna ask you if you have another insurance, or they're gonna ask you if you're paying out of pocket. Your copay every time you go to the doctor gonna be $1,500, $2,000. If they say, okay, yeah, come on in with your Medicaid. Let's say they say, come on in with your Medicaid, but you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna either have to have a backup insurance, or you're gonna have to pay out of your pocket. Now, this is the gag for that. If you have backup insurance or you pay out of your pocket, and Medicaid find out, what Medicaid gonna do? What Medicaid gonna do if they find out you paying $1,500 to $2,000 in co-pays every time you visit the doctor? Also, or you have another insurance. What is Medicaid gonna do? That's an exception. What you talking about? There you go. There you go. Because Medicaid only gives it to people who can't afford it. So if you can afford it, if they gonna feel like, well, shit, bitch, if you got insurance and you can pay $2,000 out your pocket, girl, why is we giving you Medicaid? Get that back. Do you see the cycle, the circle of bullshit? So for you to say that you can take Medicaid anywhere is a farce. Because number one, everybody don't accept Medicaid. Everybody don't. And even if you find a physician that accepts Medicaid, Medicaid will not cover your entire pregnancy. So what's going to happen? You are going to have to come out of pocket or have a backup insurance. If you have those things and Medicaid finds out, they snatching the Medicaid. So that means most women who go get on pregnancy Medicaid do so because they cannot afford to go to the better doctors and or hospitals. Are we tracking? If you cannot afford to go to the better hospitals or doctors, you're probably not receiving the best care because the best care ain't at the worst doctors. The best care ain't at the worst doctors. The best care is at the best doctors, not the worst doctors. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all the truth now. Listen to what I'm saying because I feel like even that comment throws a wrench in the point I was trying to make. Because again, like I said, I'm 40 years old. I ain't been on medication since I was 28, 29. I don't have a dog in this fight. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you to do your own research and go and figure out if what I'm saying is true. All these women coming up with these fibroids is, in my opinion, through for what I believe to be through the not only the shots that we've been vaccinated with as kids growing up in impoverished schools. I mean under impoverished environments. Between that and the Planned Parenthood, the birth control. Listen to what I'm saying. Lions Den says Cedar Sinai accept Medicaid and it's in Beverly Hills. Listen, a hospital can accept Medicaid. I don't think, listen, y'all are missing the point here. Y'all are missing the point because y'all trying to drift off to the left and the right. Stay straight with me really quickly. Stay straight with me really quickly. Because I think the points that we're making is null and void to the main point. Listen to what I'm saying. There's a coincidence, a huge coincidence of a large group of Black women coming up with fibroids and breast cancer. Rach, there you go. See what I'm saying? Y'all do what's best for you, for your health. Know your body. We already talked about that, Fat. That's what we do over here. Rach, you knew? You knew, or you just want to come on and argue? You just want to come on and argue? Because I promise you, intellectually, Rach, you can't hang with me. Intellectually, you can't. See, I know I be on here josing and dragging and whatever woo the woo, but intellectually, Rach, you ain't fucking with me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Intellectually, you're not fucking with me. I read a lot. A lot. I have read a lot. I have studied a lot. I ain't saying nothing out the side of my neck. You're right. People do need to add exercise to their daily routine, or at least be more active. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But I feel like the point you're making is null and void to this message that these women need to hear. Because we haven't even gotten on the fact that why are they going to get Meg Thee Stallion to be a fucking face of Planned Parenthood? We haven't even gotten to that part. There's a huge coincidence of Black women coming up with fibroids and fucking breast cancer. Now, if y'all want to go off on a tangent about who accept Medicaid and that's not true and some of this is not true and go ahead on, Fat. But it never gets serious and it never hits home till it hits you. Okay? I pray nobody in this chat has to suffer with any of that. I pray nobody. I pray if I had my way, no black woman will ever get any form of cancer or fucking fibroids. Because from what it looks like, it looks fucking horrible. But what I'm saying is, instead of us having a conversation and trying to poke holes in something you really not poking no hole in, because where you go with Medicaid, that at the end of the day, over 90 something percent of people who receive Medicaid are not going to the best doctors, baby. That's just a fact. Fact. We trying to poke holes in bullshit. And it ain't. It ain't nothing to poke holes in. I'm trying to give a message to black women. That's why they say all us ain't gonna make it. Because there's always gonna be a Negro over there on the sidelines saying, See what I'm saying? Most people who accept Medicaid don't go to the best doctors. That is done by design. Okay? And by that design, most black women who are getting these fibroids and or cancer are getting it, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, through this fucking Planned Parenthood that was designed to kill us. What part of that are we missing? Did we miss the part when I said it was designed by a racist clear woman from the KKK and placed into urban/black neighborhoods? I'm confused. There's a coincidence that was a racist clear woman who created it. There's also a coincidence that now black women is coming up with damn fibroids and goddamn breast cancer like crazy. Wow. I don't know if they connect, but I know somehow, some way, them bitches is mutually exclusive. You see what I'm saying? Let's not poke holes in the dumb shit. Let's actually start trying to add to the conversation instead of taking away from it. Let's stop trying to add. Let's start adding to the conversation instead of taking away from it. Because guess what, Rach? Rach, if you really felt if you really felt this passionate about this subject, you would be somewhere talking to black women about bettering their health and exercising right now instead of over here trying to poke holes in what the fuck I'm doing. You would literally be somewhere, whether it's on social media or you would be somewhere walking around talking to black women if you felt that passionate about exercise. Every time you talk to a black woman, you'll be saying, hey, black woman, are you active? You need to get active now. Get out and walk your 10, 15, 20 minutes of the day. It's going to be better for you, fat. That's what you'll be doing. But you're not that passionate about that shit. You just over here trying to start some shit. I respectfully didn't agree with the statement that you can't go to a good MD with Medicare. I said, listen, I said some accept it, but this is what I'm saying. You still missing the point. You still missing the point. Rach, you still missing the point. I'm not saying you can't. What I'm saying is, for the majority of black women who receive Medicaid, they do not and most of them don't accept Medicaid. They don't. Most of them don't accept Medicaid. And the ones who do, if you are able to go to those places with Medicaid, most of the time or a lot of the times, it don't work out in your favor because a lot of them are asking for extra money. And if you're down there getting Medicaid, it's probably because what? You don't have the money. Okay? So it's not for us to get into it. We black women, I'm trying to speak something to my sisters that maybe they didn't even think about. I ain't no teacher. I ain't got no degree in education or none of that shit. I'm just trying to evoke thought into black women because I feel like black women is a lot, black people, period. It's so much shit that's been going over our heads because it's a lot of shit that done went over my head. And it takes for me to sit down and think about it, be like, oh shit, that's crazy. So I'm just trying to evoke thought into black women on my channel, so that maybe they could walk away from this live and say, you know what? Let me go see. I don't believe it, but let me go see. We haven't even gotten on the fact that black women are unalive during pregnancy because why? Most of the women who don't make it out of pregnancy or have complications, what do they all have in common? I'll wait. C-sections. Just a coincidence, though. Yep. It's just a coincidence. Most of the women who are going through unaliving and or pregnancy complications, what are they having in common? Cesarean sections. If you think I'm lying, go do the research yourself. Moving on to Meg Thee Stallion, because these are all coincidences, I guess. Moving on to Meg Thee Stallion. Why would they go get Meg Thee Stallion? Answer that. Riddle me this, Batman. Why would they go get Meg Thee Stallion to make to award her for her this is what they did. Y'all remember when the Roe versus Wade thing y'all remember when the Roe versus Wade thing came about? Y'all remember when they took back the Roe they took back the Roe versus Wade? So Meg Thee Stallion put up a goddamn IG post and wore a shirt that said that gave support to women during the Roe versus Wade. So boom. How long ago that was? About a year or two ago? All of a sudden now Planned Parenthood says, oh my God, Meg, we want to award you with the Planned Parenthood image award. I don't know if that's what they called it, because you were showing support for women during Roe versus Wade. The people who ask you when you pregnant, the first thing they ask you is, do you want to abort the baby? If I'm lying, I'm dying. They ask me. When you carry your ass down to Planned Parenthood, they make you take a pregnancy test. And the first thing they ask you are do you want to terminate or do you want to keep it? They are offering you the termination. They're going to then turn around and show so-called love and respect for Meg Thee Stallion because she was supporting women in their decision, in the Roe v. versus Wade thing. They don't give a good goddamn about Meg showing no support for women during no damn Roe versus Wade. Just like any propaganda, just like anything that they sell, them people need a face. They need a campaign. See, black women are starting to go to doulas now, midwives. A lot of black women are waking up to the fact that them fucking IUDs is giving them uterine cancer, making them more susceptible to fucking herpes and all that ugly ass shit. It's fucking with their cycle. It's fucking with their mental. Black women are waking up to the idea that, I thought birth control was the best for me because I didn't want to get pregnant, but I'm starting to see the drawbacks of this shit. Really, the juice might not be worth the squeeze, you know? So they need to reel black women back in. How would they do that? Rach, go lay down. What are you talking about, Rach? What are you talking about? I'm not, you know what? I'll come back. How are they gonna do that to reel black women in? Entertainment. Oh, let's make Meg Thee Stallion the face of Planned Parenthood. So when I went under that comment on that page, it was a whole bunch of people thinking that they were thinking that abortion is the only bad part of Planned Parenthood, when the fact of the matter is all of it is bad because it was designed to be bad. And they got Meg in her hotties that's gonna ride for whatever Meg do. Okay. And then with that, they're going to promote it to the people through the girls. And then the girls are gonna carry their ass in droves down to Planned Parenthood, where it was created by a racist Margaret Sanger, who was there to literally do eugenics on black women. I remember I forget what it's called, Nexplanon. I remember I let them implant that fucking birth control little pipe in my arm. That shit literally had me thinking it fucked with my brain. I had them take that shit out of my fucking arm, and I swear to God, I had them take it out of my arm. I want to say like maybe a month or so after, because I didn't feel right. I just didn't. My body, my brain, my mind. I did not feel right. I've been on depot. I had that. I tried. I was gonna think about the IUD because I wanted something that I didn't have to worry about. Just put it in and you done. I was thinking about the IUD, but the first, see, even back then, I would go to the library and read this shit. I would read it in the doctor's office. See, they put all the good shit in bold, but they put the bad shit in small print. Can cause uterine cancer. Oh no, I don't want that. Okay. So I decided after looking at all of the options, eugenics is basically wiping out people, getting rid of a whole group of people, killing them. That's what it is. Killing people. That's all it is. When I found out the IUD make you more susceptible to HPV, herpes, and all that shit, I said, "Oh no, oh no, 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 no." And I decided to make a conscious decision in my late 20s to say, I'm going to practice safe sex. I'm going to use protection. I'm going to do whatever it is, but I will not put another ounce of that shit in my body. Okay? Eugenics is killing people. That's all it is. A group of people. So, like, if say eugenics would be like, say, and I'm gonna use animals. Say I don't like horses. Say I don't like horses. And I see a bunch of horses all over the world, and I say I don't like this shit because I can't stand horses. So let me come up with something that can just wipe out a whole bunch of horses all at one time. What do? I might put it in their hay. So all the horses who eat that hay, they all at some point gonna just fall out and be done because I don't like horse. That's what eugenics is. When I'm trying to tell black women on this thing, y'all don't need that shit. And stop letting them use propaganda to promote that stupid ass shit to y'all. Because Meg Thee Stallion shouldn't have a mother freaking thing to do with no goddamn Planned Parenthood. I believe that it's your body, your choice. I believe any woman who wants to do whatever she wants with her body, she should do it, and she should not be questioned about it. I am not one of those people who around here thinking that, it's only one way or nope. I believe if you want to do whatever you want to do with your body, girl, have at it. Okay? But I do believe in making people informed so that they make the right decision. That's all. I do believe in women being properly informed so that they can make correct decisions. They don't just go on, whatever. That's all. Ray says we can't blame everything on everybody. We need to take responsibility for our health. Girl, if it was just that easy, Rach, if only it was just that. But you're right. We do need to take a level of responsibility for ourselves. You're absolutely right in that. But there are a lot of barriers put up in place to make sure that we don't have full control of our health. Okay? But like I said, Rach, my only problem with you is instead of adding to the conversation, you're trying to take away, and it's a distraction. And as a so-called seemingly black woman, look like you're a beautiful black woman. As a so-called seemingly black woman, it makes me question your intentions. Because why aren't you adding to this instead of saying, "Hey, black women, why don't y'all add some diet and exercise to yours?" Instead of doing it that way, you trying to poke holes where there ain't no holes to be poked. And that's why I question your intentions, Rachel. Rach, you might not even be black. You might be a clear woman with a black woman on your profile for all I know. You know what I'm saying? So there's always one, but you could be black because they got black people like you. Instead of you jumping into the conversation saying, you know what, too, y'all need to start exercising a little bit more. That might help out with maybe a lot of these diagnoses. Maybe if you got more active, it will help with the heart, which can help with woo. But you ain't said that. You ain't said that. You just want to come in and try to seem like the smartest bitch in the room. And I keep telling y'all, you can't play smart to a bitch who's smart in real life. That shit don't work with me. See, it's hard to play internet smart to a bitch who's smart in real life. Okay? I see through it immediately. I know a smart person on the internet. Trust me, there's a lot of them in this chat. But I know one who playing smart. See, you playing. You playing intelligent. You cannot play intelligent to a bitch who intelligent in real life, fat. Go lay down, Rach. Go to your job today. Do me a favor, Rach. This your homework. Go to your job. Go somewhere in a supermarket and you find every black woman you can and speak to them about being more active and getting some exercise. Matter of fact, do your little Instagram or Facebook post on whatever social media you got. Talk about doing exercising. But don't come over here trying to create a distraction where we don't need to have one because we're trying to have an intelligent conversation. And I feel like you just distracting. You just trying to distract. And I'm black and I'm intelligent. The way you wrote that sentence tells me otherwise. The way you wrote that sentence, well, two sentences, makes me think otherwise. Let me help you out, Fed. See them, how many you got? And you got too many. Let me help you out. You put 1, 2, 3, 4 periods or 4 dots at the end of your thing. Let me help you out. You know, just for future. So whenever you try to play smart to a bitch who's smart in real life, this gonna help you. This gonna help you. Okay. First of all, you can't start a sentence off with and then you can't put a period behind it as if you had a complete sentence. Secondly, you put 4 dots. There should only be 3. There should only be 3. Okay. There should only be 3. So take one away. See, next time you play smart, like I just told you, you can't play intelligent to a bitch who intelligent in real life. So number 1, take off one of your dots and put 3, and then take them 3 and put them at the front of your sentence, fat. Not at the end. At the end, you put a period. You go dot, 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 and I'm intelligent, period. See how I just taught you English? See how I just taught you language arts? Go ahead on, fat. I just turned into an educator. I just turned into a language arts teacher. See how I just taught you? Take one of the dots off, put 3 of them, and move them to the front of your sentence. Lowercase that and, make that a lowercase, and put dot, 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 and I'm intelligent. And then put you a period at the end. Oh, girl, I done did something good for a black woman today. Shout out to me. Shout out to the dolls. Y'all know how we roll. Bye, Rachel. Come on back in another conversation when you and figure out. Listen, next time you come back trying to be smart, do your homework first, okay? Okay? Next time you come back trying to be smart, do your homework first and then learn. Take you a penmanship course. I think you could go online. I think Rosetta Stone still exists or something like that. Find you a YouTube video and that talks about writing and structured writing. And I think it might be on the kids portion of YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's over there on the kids portion. Find you a YouTube video that tells you about the structures of sentences, and then learn how to, do that, and then come back and tell somebody you black and intelligent. Okay, I would sure appreciate it if you did that part. Because see, like I said, you don't want to look like this. You don't. This is not the way you want to look. You know what I'm saying? This is not. Oh, and answer you. That's why I just told you can't use and to start a sentence. It's a conjunction. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Hooking up words and making them sound right. Y'all remember that song? What are some conjunctions? People help Rach out. And, but, however. You know what I'm saying? All these things are connector words that connect one sentence to another to make them one. See, that's why I say you got to carry your ass down to the children's part. She need a leap pad, a leapfrog, a leap pad, something like that. I don't know, Fifi. I think she might. Listen, carry your ass down to the kids part of YouTube. Therefore, yep, that's another one. Carry your ass down to the kids part of YouTube and learn how to create and structure a sentence. And then after you do that, you come on back to the dollhouse, and then we are going to accept you as one of our own, because you're still a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And I don't throw away black women. Even though I want to, I don't. Okay? So go ahead on. They say they got leap pads on sale. They said if you might could get your leapfrog down at the Goodwill because they don't sell them no more. But go get you a tablet, a leap pad or something, and go down to the YouTube, the kids section, and learn how to structure a sentence, fat. And come on back to the dollhouse. I sure appreciate having you. Okay. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta get on in this job, child, and punch this clock off the wall. I'll see y'all at 5 for Educational Friday. We're gonna continue on with our discussion on Martin Luther King, and we also got some other things to talk about as far as the origin of our labels, such as Black, Negro, Wooty Wooty Wham Wham. You know what I'm saying? After that, we'll be Joce Saturday and Sunday. Y'all know how that go. I love y'all. Do something like, you know what? This is my homework for everybody. Today. This is my homework for everybody today. Everybody, do something nice for a Black woman. If you're on here, I don't care if you're a Black woman, a Black man, a clear woman, I don't care. Today, your homework is to do something nice for a Black woman. I don't care if you open the door. I don't care if you just say, you know what, you're beautiful. And make a Black woman smile today. That's the homework for the day. Do something nice I will do it as well. Do something nice for a Black woman. Today is Black Women's Appreciation Day, okay? Sponsored by Rach, okay? I love y'all. See y'all down over there at the dollhouse for Educational Friday at 5. Like I said, do something nice for y'all, for each other. Love on each other. Even the ones that we deem to be crazy as hell, like Rach. Love you, girl. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.